Somebody broke my cheese grater. Look at this. I think someone stepped on it. Ugh. I was actually up at the body supplier and saw a cheese grater, better known as a Surform file or a body filler rasp. Never called it that. It's been a cheese grater for the last 40 years. But what's funny is when I went to go get this, a lot of people don't know the use of it, what it's for, and that hula. Thought about the fact is, and I did this yesterday, or not yesterday, a few days ago, but we had one of our tech reps in, and I was carrying this, and I'm like, I don't use this on body work. We use this for upholstery. And what I use it for is we'll take some of our Landau foam or our really dense foams, and you'll actually run this across it, and this is how we actually go through and shave it. So sometimes when you're making foam, just like body work used to be, it actually is wavy. And so you'll use this cheese grater to cut across it. And by doing it, it'll actually level it. And just like body work, it shows you your highs and your low spots. The reason I was embarrassed and wanted everybody to know that I don't use this on body filler, it's kind of funny because he made a comment that I actually stand 100% behind because I think it's true. You miss these when body guys use them because when body guys use these, their body work was straight. Back in the day, you would put a massive amount of body filler on the car, which you were never really ever supposed to put a lot of body filler on. It was just kind of the way it was 30, 40 years ago. Then you would use this cheese grater to shred it down. And what it would do is it would cut all the high spots, flatten out all the low spots, and you'd have a really good body work to start. If you were good, you would level it, leave it slightly proud, which means if you have your dent and it goes like this, you'd want this to be a little like this and a little bit bigger. Then you would come with a hard block with say 36 or 40 grit and you skim across that, and then you would cut out all of the cheese grater huge gashes, and then from there you would jump to an 80 grit, and that 80 grit would cut out all the huge 36 grit scratches. And if you were good, you would move to 180 grit, and you're still slightly proud at that point, and your body work would actually go right into perfection. You go 180, 220, 320, prime it, and done, if you're good, right? A lot of people would use these cheese graters, blah, 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 and then put Bondo on them. Problem with that is in these big crevices, you're almost guaranteed to get some sort of air bubble or something, and then it's also going to shrink, and you don't want really thick body filler. Some people used to love the thick body filler and use these the wrong way, but it was the way it was done. I do agree with him that when people did this, the body work was better. Nowadays, everybody is DA happy, and you'll hear a big fight war between the today collision guys who work on new cars and use DAs for everything versus the old school guys who do restorations and custom builds who build higher end vehicles. It's a different world, but you'll hear people say, I could get my body work straight with a DA. And I'm sure there's one person out there who could do it. It's very challenging to make it. And any painter I think will agree with me that if you are so good at getting body work done with a DA, why does the painter have to make sure he has a fair amount of texture, orange peel in the paint to hide your body work? So it's a different world, different processes. Can't say, like, I don't agree with him that it was a better time for body work because things were straight and flat and easy. Nowadays, the body fillers are a lot thinner. You do your metal work a lot better. You get your metal work like within a 1/16 of an inch. You're not putting huge filler on to cover 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch denser dings. So the body fillers are actually a little bit thinner now, and they flow out. They like almost, some of them, the nicer ones, almost self-level, and it's just a nice product. So if you were to have a big dent and then you put like a thinner body filler, it's almost going to want to puddle down. They do have some body fillers that are lightweight and thicker. Even what's nice with Evercoat is they have different levels, like they have 106, 112, 125, and each one is a little thicker than the other one, and the other ones are thinner. So like for me, I love the Rage 125 because most of the time it's almost like I never even have to use, well, I never use putty or anything like that. I just use that, and then you do a tight wipe. You actually take your squeegee and which we use metal squeegees, and you push it really hard and it fills all the little holes in, if there's any pinholes. And then we do use sometimes some of their micro pinhole filler stuff to get rid of anything that you might not be able to see that might be there. With the different levels of body filler, that's kind of the gist of it. The old stuff was thicker, heavier. You would shave it down, you would do all that. The whole premise of this video is we use it for upholstery. I do not use these on body work. Hopefully that brings you up to speed on a cheese grater, Surform file, no, Surform, yeah, board file, or auto body filler Rasp. What a horrible video. Hopefully it helps you. Thanks. Please remember, like, share, subscribe, follow, ring the bell.